Hello, dear students. We will start our second lecture of apiculture, the skill enhancement course of beekeeping. So, in that last time we have seen the course pattern and the basics, the beekeeping history, what the beekeeping is, how beekeeping started in all world as well as in India. Now we will see the status of beekeeping practices in India and in Maharashtra. So beekeeping is a very old and traditional method started in India since 18th or 19th century, and the changes what takes place during this modern age or this modern time are very advanced that we will see one by one. Now the chances of beekeeping in India are enormous with unending floral resources from diverse regions, having rich natural vegetation and varied cultivated crops. India can definitely support millions of bee colonies. Additionally, if all their rich and varied bee forage is properly exploited, and also by adopting migratory method. It is estimated that at present there are about 4 million beekeepers are actively engaged in beekeeping, and they maintaining apiaries on commercial basis. The total strength of bee colonies is about 20 million, and the honey yield from these colonies is about 150 million kg. So this is the present standard status of beekeeping in India. Means beekeeping practices are mostly carried out in some natural vegetations and also in some cultivated crops. म्हणजे शेतामध्ये शेतीच्या पिकांमध्ये आणि नैसर्गिक जे काही वनस्पतीचं लागवड केलेली आहे किंवा नैसर्गिक वनस्पती ज्या काही उगवलेल्या आहे, उदाहरणार्थ जंगलामध्ये किंवा रस्त्याच्या कडेला, तिथे या मधमाशांच्या पेट्या ठेवल्या जातात किंवा मधमाशांचे संगोपन केले जातं आणि त्यांच्यापासून मध मिळवलं जातं. तर ते मध मिळवण्यासाठी भारतामध्ये जवळपास 4 लाख लोक एंगेज आहेत आणि ते 4 लाख लोकांनी मिळून जवळपास 20 लाख कॉलनीज मेंटेन केलेल्या आहेत. म्हणजे ॲव्हरेज एकाने 5 कॉलनीज मेंटेन केलेल्या आहेत आणि एका कॉलनीमध्ये जवळपास 10,000 ते 2 लाखपर्यंत मधमाशा असतात आणि त्या सगळ्या 20 लाख कॉलनीज मिळून देशामध्ये सुमारे 150 लाख किलोग्रॅम म्हणजे 1.5 करोड किलोग्रॅम मध निर्मिती करत असतात एका वेळेला. हा कार्यक्रम जवळपास एक सीझनमधला असतो. असे ते वर्षातनं 2 सीझनसुद्धा मध निर्मिती करू शकतात. हे मधमाशांच्या प्रजातीवर डिपेंड असते. In second view, we will see that the importance of bees for increasing the crop yield by cross-pollination. Honeybees and other solitary bees are being utilized in northern part of India. Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir are the temperate fruit growing regions of India. Only in Himachal Pradesh, more than 75,000 hectares of land is under temperate fruit cultivation, and more than 2 lakh bee colonies are required against the present number of 10,000. In other hand, the population of non-apis pollinators is declining at an alarming rate. Indiscriminate deforestation, clearance of forest land for cultivation, and increased use of pesticides are the major barriers. Therefore, honeybees domestication becoming essential for crop pollination. मधमाशी पालनाच्या महत्त्वाच्या बाबतीमध्ये आता दिवसेंदिवस मधमाशी पालनाचा प्रसार वेगाने होतो आहे, कारण क्रॉस पॉलिनेशनमुळे मधमाशांच्या प्रजाती पण खूप वाढत आहेत आणि मधमाशांच्या पॉलिनेशनमुळे पिकांमध्ये उत्पादनही वेगाने वाढत आहे. आणि हिमाचल प्रदेश, बिहार, उत्तर प्रदेश, जम्मू काश्मीर या भागांमध्ये फळांचे प्रमाण जास्त आहे. उदाहरणार्थ सफरचंद, संत्री हे पिकं खूप घेतात ते लोक. त्यामुळे तिकडे जवळपास 75,000 हेक्टरमध्ये हे जे काही फ्रूट कल्टिवेशन चालतं, तिथे 2 लाख मधमाशांच्या कॉलन्यांची आवश्यकता आहे, परंतु तिथे आज फक्त 10,000 आहेत. म्हणजे आणखी 1,90,000 कॉलनी जरी ठेवली आपण तरी ते मध निर्मिती सहज करू शकतील, एवढं फ्रूट उत्पादन जबरदस्त आहे. परंतु तिथे मधमाशांची कमतरता आहे, म्हणून मधमाशी पालन भारतामध्ये वेगाने वाढवणं अत्यंत नितांत गरजेचे आहे. आणि त्यासाठी ॲपिस ही मधमाशीची प्रजाती आहे, ती पॉलिनेशनमध्ये तरबेज आहे, किंबहुना मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती पॉलिनेशन घडवून आणत असते. बी किपिंग इन महाराष्ट्र हे झालं भारतातली गोष्ट. आता महाराष्ट्रामध्ये बी किपिंगचे स्टँडर्ड काय आहे? आपण मागच्या पहिल्या लेक्चरमध्ये बघितलं होतं की महाराष्ट्रामध्ये खादी विकास आणि ग्रामोद्योग या मंडळाने KVIB नावाच्या मधमाशी पालन केंद्राच्या 1981मध्ये सुरुवात केली होती. तेव्हापासून आजपर्यंत त्यांनी बऱ्याच मोठ्या प्रमाणावर त्याचे ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स उभे केलेले आहेत, मधमाशी पालन केंद्र उभे केलेले आहेत. आणि महाराष्ट्रामध्ये त्यांनी बी किपिंगला एक नवीन दिशा दिलेली आहे. आपण बघूया बी किपिंग इन महाराष्ट्र. इन महाराष्ट्र बोथ KVIB अँड KVIC आर डिव्होटेड फॉर पॉप्युलरायझिंग बी किपिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटी अमॉंग फार्मर्स अँड बी कीपर्स. फार्मर्स अँड बी कीपर्स म्हणजे बी कीपर्स हे फक्त मधमाशी प्रजनन आणि उत्पादनाचे काम करत असतात, तर शेतकरी हे धान्याच्या उत्पादनासोबत मधमाशी पालन करत असतात किंवा मधमाशी पालनातून पॉलिनेशन घडवून उत्पादन वाढवण्यासाठी शेतीचे नवीन प्रयोग करत असतात. CBRI has provided hundreds of colonies to farmers from the training centers of Pune, Latur and Nasik districts. म्हणजे सेंट्रल बी रिसर्च इन इंडिया हा जो बोर्ड आहे, तो सेंट्रल बी रिसर्च बोर्ड जो आहे, त्यांनी या 4 जिल्ह्यांमध्ये पुणे, लातूर, नाशिक आणि त्यांचं स्वतःचं केंद्र असलेला तिथं उत्पादन मोठ्या प्रमाणावर घडवून आणलेलं आहे. आणि त्याच्या क्रॉस पॉलिनेशनसाठी शेतांमध्ये उत्पादन वाढवण्यासाठी शेतकऱ्यांना मदत म्हणून एक जोडधंद्यासारखं मधमाशांच्या पालनाच्या माहिती पोहोचवलेली आहे. तर हे महाराष्ट्रामध्ये पुणे, लातूर आणि नाशिक व्यतिरिक्त सातारा आणि कोल्हापूरलाही मोठ्या प्रमाणावर बी किपिंगच्या प्रॅक्टिसेस होत आहेत. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये जवळपास 10,000 ते 15,000 बी कॉलनीज आहेत आणि 3,000 बी कीपर्स आहेत. आणि इन स्पाइट ऑफ दॅट फ्यू ऑफ द वर्कर्स आर वर्किंग फ्रॉम द कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटी. ते शेतकरी आहेत किंवा बी कीपर्स नाहीत, तर कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटीमध्ये सुद्धा ते एंगेज आहेत. अँड अलॉंग विथ दिस KVIC अँड KVIB, Agricultural Department, Agricultural Universities, Forest Department, Department of Environment, all are jointly planning for proliferating the beekeeping activities throughout the state, and these should be stimulated for the beekeeping and importance of bees, increasing in crop yielding of the Maharashtra. So they are trying their level best to increase the crops in Maharashtra, and government is providing 100% financial support to them with subsidy for growing these orchards or fruit growing cultivating lands along with fruit plants. So this is the beekeeping practices status in Maharashtra. Now we have to study in details what are the bees, what is the status of bee in the classification or diversity standard. So classification and biology of honeybee we will study here one by one. In classification, we generally start classification from kingdom to the subspecies or species. So kingdom is Animalia, very common. Group Invertebrata. Phylum Arthropoda. Class Insecta, as 3 pairs of legs are here. Phylum Arthropoda because the legs are jointed or body appendages are jointed. Subclass is Pterygosa, means they have a pair of wings for flying. Ptera means wings. Division Endopterygota means they have two pairs of wings, external wings as well as internal wings, or we can say flying, true flying wings. Order Hymenoptera, suborder Pleistogastron, superfamily Apoidea, family Apidae, subfamily Apini, tribe Apini, genus Apis, and species are Apis dorsata, Apis florea, Apis serrana indica, and Apis mellifera. So these are the four species well flourishing in India particularly, and they are tremendously found all over the India. The true honey producing bees belongs to the family Apidae, having four species, that is Apis dorsata. These are the giant bees or rock bees. हे मोठमोठ्या झाडांवर, खडकांवर किंवा पाण्याच्या टाकीवर किंवा मोठ्या इमारतींवर घरटं बनवणाऱ्या मधमाशा आहेत, त्यांना म्हणतात ॲपिस डॉर्सेटा. ॲपिस फ्लोरिया यांना लिटल गार्डन बी म्हणतात. कोणत्याही झुडपांमध्ये झाडांवर, फांदीवर, छोट्याशा झाडावर देखील मधमाशा आपलं घरटं बनवतात. काडीवर देखील छोट्याशा, त्यांना म्हणतात ॲपिस फ्लोरिया. ही छोटी मधमाशी असते. त्यानंतर ॲपिस सेराना इंडिका यांना ॲशियाटिक किंवा इंडियन बी म्हणतात. ह्या बीज मधमाशी पालनासाठी खूप उत्तम असतात. ह्या एखाद्या झाडाच्या ढोलीमध्ये किंवा अंधाऱ्या जागेवर घरटं बनवतात आणि एकाच वेळेस पॅरलल 2-2, 3-3, 5-5, 10-10, 15-15 सुद्धा पोळे बनवतात आणि म्हणून या बी किपिंगसाठी खूप महत्त्वाचे आहे. आणि ॲपिस मेलिफेरा, दिस इज युरोपियन बी. ही मधमाशी युरोपमधून भारतामध्ये आणली गेली आहे, म्हणून तिला वेस्टर्न हनीबी सुद्धा म्हणतात. आणि ही बी मूळची भारतातली नाही आहे, पण ती भारतामध्ये सध्या खूप वेगाने पसरते आहे किंवा प्रसार होतो आहे. तर तिचाही अभ्यास आपल्या देशात चाललेला आहे. इन आवर कंट्री ओनली 3 species ऑफ हनी बीज like Apis dorsata, Apis florea and Apis serrana indica occurs naturally, and this European bee Apis mellifera is distributed from the European western countries, from which subsequently taken by man to various countries like America, Australia, etc. And this species occurs in Indo-Malayan region, and therefore it is considered to be the original homeland of honeybee. Indo-Malayan means near the sea coast or near the marine habitat close to India. The Malayan zone is there, island zone is there. So they are transported from Malaya to India. In this way, they are spread from Europe to India. Now we will study the biology of honeybee. In biology of honeybee, we will study the life cycle of honeybee first. How the life cycle begins. To study the life cycle, first we have to know the copulation of bees and their breeding cycle since egg laying to the adult queen, either worker, drone or queen. Actually, all are bees. Queen is the real fertile, worker is non-fertile, or we can say non-fertile female, queen is fertile female, and drones are fertile males. So these are the 3 caste, or we can say species. Actually species is same, but 3 castes are there. So first of all, we will see in life cycle the nuptial flight. For breeding purpose, the copulation is the main thing and necessary for the production of new progeny. So nuptial flight is also called as marriage flight in honeybee. The virgin queen copulates only once at the beginning of her reproductive life. The first swarm is laid by the old queen, but the second swarm is laid by the 7th day old virgin. So 7th day old virgin queen is laid by the second swarm, and followed by the drones. The drones leave the hive in large numbers on warm, sunny days. The single function of drones is to fertilize the queens. Fertilization takes place only in clear air. The male is always killed in the act of fertilization, since he can ejaculate the sperm by great pressure in his abdomen with the help of muscles and fluid pressure of the blood. The queen receives spermatophores and store in the spermatheca. Along with queen, died drones fall on the ground and the queen come back to her hive. This phenomenon of act of copulation is known as nuptial flight or marriage flight. After fertilization, queen start to lay the fertilized or unfertilized eggs in brood cell. Brood cells means where the eggs are developing into the larvae and adult. So nuptial flight is the marriage flight for the production of new progeny. Copulation is the necessary act. So virgin queen or newly developed queen is fly away from the comb and drones are running behind her. A single drone copulates the queen and fertilizes it, but simultaneously that drone is also get die and other drones are also die because of the first flight in their life, because they are not flying every day. They are just taking food and enjoying in the queen, enjoying in the hive, but whenever they fly for the nuptial flight, they become fully tired and get die. So this may be due to their first and the last flight or flight. And if some drones come to the comb or hive, other bees are not allowing to enter them in the comb. So they not allowing to enter in the comb for taking of food, and therefore their life is likely to be finished there. So this is the nuptial flight. Now B part, metamorphosis and caste determination. How the male, female or queen is determined. The male are the drones and the females are queen and workers, but queen is the fertile female and workers are the non-fertile females. Therefore these two castes are produced by queen as per the will of queen. If she fertilizes unfertilized egg, the drones will be developed, and if queen fertilizes releases the fertilized eggs, the worker or queen develops. This is very simple mechanism. The honey bee completes her life cycle in 4 stages. In 4 stages of development, that is egg, larva, pupa and adult. We will see in the next figure, egg, larva, pupa and adult. So these are the small eggs, bean shaped. Whenever they develop up to some large size, they form a segmented larva. Then the larva develops legs, mouth parts, antenna, eyes. It is called as pupa. And pupa develops wings and everything and becomes adult. So the eggs, the appearance and size of the eggs of different castes are similar. The egg is pinkish, elongated, cylindrical and generally attached at the bottom of a brood cell. At junction of 2 walls, fertilized eggs are laid in worker or queen cells, while unfertilized eggs are laid in drone cells. Within 3 days, the eggs hatches out into white legless grub or larva, and the larvae are provided with royal jelly by nurse bee. The nurse bees are supplying food which is called as royal jelly, formed by the queen or by the bees regurgitating and collecting in the shells or cells of the comb. So eggs develop after 3 days into a larva or grub, and the larvae are minute. They are white and legless larvae. They grow and molt several times, and first 3 days all the larvae are fed with protein and vitamin B rich food. The royal jelly secreted by pharyngeal glands of worker bees. The royal jelly is secreted by pharyngeal glands of worker bees. After 3 days, worker and drone bees larvae are fed on a mixture of honey and pollen called as bee bread. Whenever the bees collect honey and mix with pollen, they form a bee bread, and this is supplied by the bees to the larvae. The grubs destined to produce queens receive the royal jelly throughout their life in abundant quantity. Whenever the larvae are decided to produce queen from these larvae, then these larvae are provided by royal jelly only 3 days. But after 3 days, if they continue to provide, then the queen will develop, because royal jelly is produced by the bees. This is very important proteinous food, and this is, we can say, VIP food. The queen and the drone grubs are larger in size, whereas the workers are smaller in size. So this is the life cycle of honeybee. The stages are egg, larva, pupa and adult bee. So we have seen eggs. These are greenish, creamy colored, cylindrical, elongated, curved, bean shaped. This is larva, small, segmented and legless larva. No legs are there. And now we will see pupa. This one we will describe about the structure. After 5 days of feeding, the cell is sealed and the grub undergoes pupation. It spins a thin silken cocoon and pupates completely. The pupa is exarate, means the legs are not adhered to the body. These legs are not adhered to the body. The workers, drone and queen pupae can be distinguished by examining the distance. We can say the legs, the size, the size of the eyes. In this way, we can identify the types of the bee, either it is queen, drone or worker type or caste. This can be identified. Next, the bee caste. How to identify the 3 bees? Bee caste, drones, queen and workers are identified from their body shape, body structure. You see, drones are the strong, healthy and have very large eyes. This is the main identification key. The large eyes, you see here, queen have small eyes and worker have small eyes as compared to the head. But here the eyes are large in male or drone, we can say. Second thing, the large sized body is the queen bee. Means if the body is extending outside the wings, these are the wings and body is inside wing. Here body is with the wings and here body is outside the wing. If the body is growing more than the wing size, then that is queen. And eyes are small. Whereas the workers are identified as they have somewhat narrow abdomen. There are 3 to 4 strips on the abdomen. Here only 2 strips on the male drone and 4 strips on the worker, and eyes are medium sized. These are small, medium and large. So eyes are medium sized. So this is the identification mark of the drone, queen and worker bees. We will see the next topic in next page. So till then, see you.